Sumer was an ancient civilization founded in the Mesopotamia region of the Fertile Crescent situated between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. This early population, known as the Abade people, was notable for strides in the development of civilization such as farming and raising cattle, weaving textiles, working with carpentry and pottery, and even enjoying beer. Villages and towns were built around Abade farming communities. The people known as Sumerians were in control of the area by 3000 BC. Their culture was comprised of a group of city-states, including Eridu, Nippur, Lagash, Kish, Ur, and the very first true city, Uruk. At its peak around 2800 BC, the city had a population between 40,000 and 80,000 people living between its 6 miles of defensive walls. The Sumerian language is the oldest linguistic record. It first appeared in archaeological records around 3100 BC, and dominated Mesopotamia for the next 1,000 years. It was mostly replaced by Akkadian around 2000 BC, but held on as a written language in cuneiform for another 2,000 years. Architecture on a grand scale is generally credited to have begun under the Sumerians, with religious structures dating back to 3400 BC, although it appears that the basics of the structures began in the Abade period as far back as 5200 BC, and were improved upon through the centuries. Homes were made from mud bricks or bundled marsh reeds. The buildings are noted for their arched doorways and flat roofs. Elaborate construction, such as terracotta ornamentation with bronze accents, complicated mosaics, imposing brick columns, and sophisticated mural paintings, all reveal the society's technical sophistication. Sumerians had a system of medicine that was based in magic and herbalism, but they were also familiar with processes of removing chemical parts from natural substances. They are considered to have had an advanced knowledge of anatomy, and surgical instruments have been found in archaeological sites. One of the Sumerians' greatest advances was in the area of hydraulic engineering. Early in their history, they created a system of ditches to control flooding, and were also the inventors of irrigation, harnessing the power of the Tigris and Euphrates for farming. Canals were consistently maintained from dynasty to dynasty. Their skill at engineering and architecture both point to the sophistication of their understanding of math. The structure of modern timekeeping, with 60 seconds in a minute and 60 minutes in an hour, is attributed to the Sumerians. Schools were common in Sumerian culture, marking the world's first mass effort to pass along knowledge in order to keep a society running and building on itself. Sumerians left behind scores of written records, but they are more renowned for their epic poetry, which influenced later works in Greece and Rome. In 2004 BC, the Elamites stormed Ur and took control. At the same time, Amorites had begun overtaking the Sumerian population. The ruling Elamites were eventually absorbed into Amorite culture, becoming the Babylonians and marking the end of the Sumerians as a distinct body from the rest of Mesopotamia.